Setting up a tent is a simple process. However, before we begin, it is a good idea to be familiar with each part of your tent. Every tent will come with the tent body, rain fly, ground sheet, 2 poles, stakes, and stuff sacks. After you have selected your ideal camping spot, begin setting up your tent by spreading out the ground sheet. The purpose of the ground sheet is to protect the bottom of the tent from water and other elements, as well as to serve as an additional insulating layer between you and the ground. After the ground sheet is laid out, spread the tent body directly on top of it with the door facing in your desired direction. The next step is to assemble the tent poles. The poles are connected by a single shock cord and will snap together easily once you have the ends aligned. Be careful not to stretch these out too far, otherwise the shock cord can break. Once you have the poles assembled, insert one end into the attachment point located at the corners of the tent body. Various tents have different pole attachment points. Familiarize yourself with these prior to setup. Do this with each pole and lay them across the tent to form an X. Then, you can insert the other ends of the poles by bending the poles into an arch. After this is done with both poles, you can begin attaching the clips on the tent body to the poles. Securing the corners of the tent with the included stakes is optional. Stakes are useful for securing a tent in high winds and to gain maximum floor space. If you do choose to stake your tent, do so with the stake going into the ground at a 45-degree angle going towards the tent. Attaching the rain fly is also optional. This tent part adds a waterproofing layer to the tent. In cold, rainy, or high moisture environments, the rain fly is recommended to keep out water and retain heat. While making sure that the doors will be aligned, throw the fly over the top of your tent and buckle it together at each corner. Use a stake to extend the vestibule at the front of your tent. This provides a little extra ground cover for gear storage. Your tent is now set up and complete. Have fun, but not too much. Have clean fun. Our Alps tents set up in the same manner, but do not require a ground sheet. The one-person tents are also set up differently. The poles do not form an X, but rather form an arc near the feet and an arc near the head of the tent. Using stakes is also required for the one-person tents, as they are a non-freestanding design. When you are ready to break camp, first, remove the rain fly by removing any stakes from the ground and unclipping each corner from the tent body. Next, remove any stakes you may have used in the tent body. Open the door and shake the tent out in order to remove any dirt, sand, or debris from the inside of the tent. Be sure to shake out any moisture or water that may remain. Leftover moisture can lead to molding and mildew of tent materials. When your tent is free of debris, unclip the poles and remove them from each corner. When you are breaking down the poles, be sure to start at the middle of each pole. This helps in ensuring a longer life for the shock cord that holds the pole together. Pay special attention to any identifying numbers on the tent parts. All pieces of the tent are numbered with the serial number. Be sure all of your numbers match up, and be sure that you are not missing any pieces. You should have a rain fly, tent body, poles with a bag, stakes with a bag, and a bag to put all the gear in, and in most cases, a ground sheet. Pack all parts into the large stuff sack in the following order: poles and stakes, ground sheet, rain fly, and tent body.